Is GOP Senator Shelley Capito of West Virginia, the chair of the Senate Republican Policy Committee. Thank you so much for being here, Senator. You heard the president at his cabinet meeting, which is still ongoing, talking about the shutdown. And in less than a week, soldiers, federal law enforcement, government workers, they're going to start to lose their paychecks. You're a member of the GOP leadership. Why not at least start talks with Democrats to try at least to begin to find compromise for their sake?
Well, I mean, I think the simple thing here is to reopen the government. We've put forward 6 times now, and will be 7. A very simple, open the government, no strings attached, just till the 21st of November. And then once the government's open, we can begin negotiating on health care or whatever appropriations bills we need to move forward. To me, that's the simplest way, and would have been October the 1st, to not worry about who's going to miss a paycheck. Certainly, we are I think the other people are getting entangled into this, our troops and others, that really through no fault of their own. So why don't we, our leader, Senator Thune, has said we will begin negotiations on these matters as soon as you reopen the government. This isn't taking hostages, and so it's just a political exercise. I mean, Chuck Schumer said that today. Every day gets better for us. Who's us? The Democrat Party? That's not our troops, our border agents, and those who depend on services from our country.
What the Democrats argue back to that argument, which is open the government, which, on its face certainly makes a whole lot of sense, is that they would love to open the government, but they don't trust Republicans to have negotiations or to agree to some of their demands, the most important, they say, of which is to extend the subsidies for Obamacare. And your state has almost 70,000 Obamacare enrollees. This is in West Virginia. 97% of those use these premium tax credits. They're going to expire at the end of the year. What do you say to those constituents?
Well, what I say to them is what I've been saying to the Democrats, and many of us have, including Senator Thune, our leader. We will negotiate on this. The president has talked about wanting to find a solution. Dr. Oz has been with me on our policy lunches to talk about trying to find solutions for this. But we're not going to come in and blanket approve these things, which is what the Democrats want for numerous years, because we know that there needs to be some reforms. And that's the issue that they refuse to actually talk about and consider. So I want to protect my West Virginia small business owners and beauticians and barbers and small mom and pop shops. This is incredibly important to me that they get health care. But we know that this program has gone far afield from what was originally conceived. And so let's open the government and enter negotiations. Many Republicans have said, we're open to negotiations on this. Got to open the government first. I don't think that's an unreasonable stand.
Another thing that Chuck Schumer, the Democratic leader, has said is that they tried to enter negotiations before we got to crunch time with members of the Republican leadership. I know you're the #2 Republican on the all-important Senate Appropriations Committee, and that Republicans kind of blew them off. So I think, shockingly, we have a lot of people in Washington and in the halls where you are talking past each other, sadly. But just on this law, I want to just maybe you were referring to this, remind you that there are some Republicans who are saying that they think this should be an active negotiation. Marjorie Taylor Greene broke with your party on the issue of enhanced health care subsidies. She sat down with my colleague Pamela Brown and Wolf Blitzer, both of them, and here's what she said.
I'm actually putting the blame on the Speaker and Leader Thune in the Senate. This should not be happening. And I don't think, look, as a member of Congress, we already have a low enough job approval rating. This shutdown is just going to drive everybody's approval rating that much lower.
Yes. But so you're putting the blame on the leadership of your party?
Absolutely. We control the House. We control the Senate. We have the White House. I've been vocal saying, you can use the nuclear option in the Senate.
So first, just on blaming her party leadership, of which you are a part, your reaction?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, that clip was kind of going in and out. I think I know the essence of what she was saying, but you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion here. This is a very simple fix. The House passed a simple fix, no strings attached to this at all, to open the government for 7 weeks. Chuck Schumer is on record as saying every day gets better for us. Who's he talking about? He's talking about his political future and his political party. This shouldn't be a party thing. I voted during the Biden administration consistently on this very same bill, as did they, to open government. And so I understand the frustrations, but I think it's totally unfair to say that Republicans have not entered into negotiations and Republicans are not having conversations. Every day on the floor of the House, I've had a conversation with a Democrat talking about how we're going to get out of this, and let's talk about the premium support and health care.
Okay.
They create, so, you know,
that's good to hear.
I think it's just gamesmanship here and political gamesmanship, but the thing is, it's gamesmanship for their party because we are offering a simple solution of which 3 of their Democrat members agree with us.
Senator, I know you have to go vote, just real quick.
Yeah.
When you heard her refer to the nuclear option, that is referring to the idea of Senate Republicans getting rid of the filibuster and just passing a bill to open the government. Are you for that?
I'm not going to do that, and I don't think there are the votes there to do that, to break the filibuster. Many of us signed a letter under President Trump's first administration saying we would not break the filibuster. Remember, the Democrats did that too, and then you want to talk about lack of trust? Then they turned around and voted to break the filibuster. So I'm not going to vote to break the filibuster, and I don't believe the votes are there to do that. It sounds like an easy fix, but we're talking about setting generations of policy and good policy and minority rights aside, and I'm not going to be a party to that.
Senator Shelley Capito, West Virginia, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on. All right.